Hello there, vinyl community. Back with another update with this. I got some exciting stuff to show. I got a lot of UK Beatles items, a lot of great psych, so I'm just going to start. Here's the first thing I'm going to show. This is an original UK mono white album. This is complete. It has the posters, photos, black inners, and everything. Really excited to have this. This is one I wanted in my collection for the longest. Here's my number right there. And I got this for a nice 2-digit number, and it is complete. It is pretty nice, you know, and mono especially, you know. You don't find these mono ones too often. Original poster, and here's the first disc with the original black inner. The inners on both of them have tears right here, so that's a shame, but still, you know, what can you do? Over here there's a little spot that just clicks whenever it passes it, but, you know, still really nice to find. Here's the 4 photos. And I'm going to show the second disc after I put these back. Here's the second disc now. This one, the tear is a little bit worse. I should really glue this because over here there's a little paper flake that's about to come off. So I'm going to glue that after I'm done with this video. I have another UK import right here, and it's another one I was missing from my collection. Mono pressing of With the Beatles. I just got this in the mail today, actually, and I'm really glad to have it because I was looking for With the Beatles for the longest, and I can never find this album in good shape. And even this one is kind of just a filler copy. Like, the cover isn't bad on it at all. The disc is pretty good, but it's just the side 2 label is it's a doozy. It's pretty beat up for the side 2 label. Doesn't have the original inner. This is the inner that it had with it. Here's side 1, you know, it's pretty nice. And side 2, I told you that label, yeah, it has a tear in it. So I'm always going to be looking to upgrade this, but I could just, I can never find this in good condition. Here's one that I didn't have as a first pressing in my collection yet. So I'm really glad to have this as a US first pressing now. It's Help. I've never had an original copy of this. So really cool to have this original copy now in mono. Has the original capital inner, and the disc on it isn't too bad either. You know, it's a pretty good copy. It doesn't have the credit for the bitter end for Ken Thorne, so it's an earlier copy. So that's pretty nice. This cover is really nice too. It doesn't have any seam splits, and the spine on it's real clean. So the next one, it's gonna be just a record pretty much. But this is my normal cover and stuff that I show a lot. I keep on upgrading the record. It's a mono Sgt. Pepper. I upgraded the record again. This has all the stuff in it. But this record, not only is it an upgrade, it's a rare label variation because this is the original mono pressing. But most of the mono pressings have a misprint where instead of the song being called With a Little Help from My Friends, it's just A Little Help from My Friends. This one has the corrected label of With a Little Help from My Friends, which is a hard to find mono variation, actually. Generally you find it with the kind of misprint, but you know, you don't find the ones that are correct too often, so I was really glad to find that as a hard to find variation. I'm going to go on to one more Beatles items before I go to stuff that's not Beatles. Here's an original UK single for Hey Jude. Let me take this out. It's pretty nice. Hey Jude right here on side A, side B being Revolution, and the disc on it's real nice too. Has the sold in the UK text, so it's an original. This is an album I've been looking for a very, very long time. It's my favorite album cover pretty much ever. And it's great folk psych, and if you guys haven't seen this album, I highly recommend it to anyone. And it is just near mint. This is the Incredible String Band, the 5,000 Spirits and the Layers of the Onion. Just an incredible album cover designed by The Fool, and it's just an incredible album too. I've been looking for this for years, and finding one that's minty made it worth the wait, you know. It has the original inner, and this is on Electro Records. Look at this disc, it's just beautiful. It looks like it's never been played. This disc is just stunning. It's beautiful. I was so glad to find this, and you know, it's not one that you see too often either. It is a pretty hard to find album. These guys were pretty big in the UK, but they never really found much success in the US. So very glad to find this. This is my kind of grail out of the lot, including that mono white album. Here's another psychedelic one I was looking for. It's kind of garagey psych, almost freak beat kind of stuff, and the disc keeps on wanting to get stuck in the resealable sleeve, but this is a really enjoyable album. I got it, and I only know a few songs from it, but it's a really enjoyable album, and I recommend it. The Electric Prunes, this is their first album, self-titled. Not a bad copy either. Someone enjoyed writing their name on it twice. But it has the original inner, and the disc on it's really nice. It is a solid album all the way through. My favorite off here was probably Try Me On for Size, or I Had Too Much to Dream Last Night. This is, I didn't mention it, but this is the mono pressing, and the original mono pressings were kind of weird, because the track listing on the cover versus the disc was different, so the back track listing doesn't match what's actually on the disc. Next thing I'm going to show is a Psych album. It's new, and I wanted this when it came out on Rhino Day, but I never got around to getting it, but now I have it. It's a Incredibe. I think it's great how they make these, because this has the paste-on back cover like the original, and they use actual cardboard. And I just think that's great. It has the disc, which looks really, really nice. You know, looks very nice in the light. I think this was pretty great. And these are really affordable, too. I got this for under $22. It was real nice. And next one is another kind of psych album, but it's by Pink Floyd. I've been looking for this. Atom Heart Mother. Really cool to find. Original US pressing on Harvest. And really clean, too. You know, this is the cleanest disc I've ever seen for one. The disc on it looks almost unplayed. The cover has some wear, just very minor stuff though, but this disc looks minty. It's very, very nice. So, I'm really glad to add this to the collection. It's a pretty clean copy of Atom Heart Mother. The rest of the stuff is thrift store stuff, so here's the first one. It's the Hollywood Strings Play Elvis. I thought this was interesting because I would expect something like this to be on RCA, not Capitol. And I have these Hollywood Strings albums for the Beatles, so I figured I'd give the Elvis one a try. And I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So I thought this was pretty interesting. This is Songs by Tom Lehrer. Been looking for the original, but this is a 1959 repress, and the disc on this looks completely unplayed. Like, this thing looks brand spanking new. This thing looks mint. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful condition, and really nice to add to the collection. Here's a record club pressing of Herb Alpert's Tijuana Brass, South of the Border. You know, really nice. Another one that's minty. I buy Herb Alpert stuff whenever I can find it minty or in the shrink, you know. Here's a Boots Randolph Yakety Sax. Figured why not. It's minty. It's in the shrink. It's on Monument Records, which, you know, this was the label that had Roy Orbison. Really nice, too. I have two sealed ones to show before I go on to 8 tracks. This first one I'm going to do a sealed to revealed at the end of the video. It's a twofer. It's 2 albums in the same shrink wrap. It's New Christy Minstrels, Land of the Giants, and The Quiet Sides of the New Christy Minstrels. New Christy Minstrels, these guys had Barry Maguire, I believe. The one who did, I forgot what song he did, Eva Destruction. But I'm going to open this because I've never opened a vintage sealed record before, so keep out for the end of the video on that. And this one was given to me for free when I bought something on Discogs. It's Sheena Easton, Madness, Money and Music. I've never really listened to her, but it's a sealed record club pressing, so I figured that was pretty interesting. So now I'm just going to turn back to me over here, and I'd like to show the 8 tracks I got. It's the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. These all play. I've replaced all of them, replaced the pads. Carlos Santana and Buddy Miles Live. Honky Chateau by Elton John. Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder. This is just volume 1. I thought it was the entire album on an 8-track, but I'll look out for volume 2. James Taylor, Sweet Baby James. Herbie Mann, Hold On I'm Coming, live at the Montreux Jazz Festival, 1972. Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash. Sly and the Family Stone, There's a Riot Going On. Santana's debut album. This is a really cool one to find. It has some mojo to it. And the final one, B.B. King, Live in London. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of these finds. I absolutely love getting that mono white album, and if you haven't listened to the white album in mono, highly recommend the mono mix. It's just great in mono. So many differences, and I just prefer the mono mix. So thank you guys for watching. And if you'd like, comment, subscribe. So thank you. I showed this in the video that both of these records are sealed into one package, but I've never unsealed an old record. And I'm going to unseal just this one right here. And my reasoning behind it is, one, the shrink wrap's already pretty torn on this side for about halfway. And second of all, these old Columbia style ones have a bag sleeve that you have to tear off a strip to access the record. So even if I unseal just this side by cutting this part, I'm not going to actually be unsealing the record. So technically it would still be a sealed item. So, like I said, I've never unsealed an old record. I've always wanted to. I wanted to find a really kind of beat up one to unseal, that something that I'd probably listen to, but nothing valuable. And I feel like this fits that category. So I'm gonna unseal it. So we're gonna go through this together, okay? I'm gonna have this on film, which is exciting. It's the first time I'm ever doing anything like this. I've never unsealed a old record in my life, and this is from the 60s. So I just got it open. We're gonna see what kind of label it's on. This is really exciting for me. It appears to be cotton something, like tape. Okay, like I said, these have little strips that you're supposed to tear. I'm not sure if you can see it. I'm not going to reveal what kind of label it is yet. I don't even know. So technically, since I'm not going to be peeling this, it's still going to be sealed. Okay. New old stock Columbia black label. This would put this like right around 1963 or 64. And this is exciting. I mean, just look at this. This has never been played. Old stock, thick vinyl. And I kept the sleeve in the shrink wrap. I've never unsealed an old record. And honestly, this is pretty cool. Seeing it's like a time capsule from, I don't even know when this came out, but considering it's the black stereo 360 instead of the white, I'd put this around 63 or 64. But if you guys have any info, please let me know. But yeah, I'm not going to open the strip at all, so it's still going to be a sealed item.